This is a tutorial for the header section in general settings. And as you see here, we have a menu here for the header section. We're going to go through each one of these, and I'll show you how this actually works. So let's go to header and settings, and the first thing is show header yes or no. Um, I would always keep it at yes, and as we go through like the title bar and the button bar and the tab bar, I'll explain to you why. But if you say no to the show header, as you see, the header's just gone, and there's nothing you can do about it at that point. You can't manipulate, you can't work with the header at all when it's completely gone. Um, if I want to remove items, I'll remove them, one at a time. So like the title bar, in title bar settings, I would say show title bar, none. And as you see, the title bar goes away, but I can still manipulate the rest of their header area. So let's go back to settings. Show header, I would always leave it at yes unless there's a real big reason why you would say no. You have the header position. You have two choices here, top of content or top of screen. So what top of content is, as you see when you scroll, the whole header moves. When you say top of screen, just the content moves behind the header. So that's what those two do. Uh, So that's the settings part of the header bar. So the title bar, and what is the title bar? The title bar is this part up here. Now let's look at the title bar settings, and what you can do here. Again, we can show the title bar on only the home page, only subpages, or none. And let me show you something real quick so you don't get confused. Only home page, of course, that'll be on every page, home page, and all the subpages. If I click none, you'll see it goes away from everything. But if I check only subpages, it still appears on the home page, but it shouldn't. So let me show you with this. Well, I say it shouldn't. What this does, it allows you to play with it. Say if you want to do, if you only want this header part, the title bar to show up on the subpages, but you only want the text only, well, you can see what that's going to look like on the other pages. So let me show you here. I've chosen only subpages. I'm going to click Save. Then I'm going to go to the Preview and then Reload Preview. And you'll see on the main preview that the title bar is gone. As you see, it's missing, and that's what we want. Let me get back here. Let me put this back on all pages. So if you do go to only subpages and you still see it on the main page, that's okay. It actually will not be on the main page when you save it. Let me click back to save. So here on the title bar settings, I can show the buttons and just watch the buttons here. It says yes or no, takes them away for whatever reason. Type text and icon, which it shows, and then text only, pretty self-explanatory. Icon only. That's it for the title bar. The title bar settings. So now we have the left button and the right button. This is the left button. This is the right button. So let's see the left button. Uh, the default is home, and the default is menu for the title bar, left and right buttons. But you can change that. Say if you don't want home, uh, you can choose whatever you want. Say I want, I don't know, join list, and you see it changes to join list there. I can also change the text to list. Do whatever we want to do there. I'm not gonna save this. Select the icon. Again, we have tens of thousands of icons, so you shouldn't have any problem finding an icon that's going to work with what you're wanting to do. And when you watch these videos throughout, I will tell you the first things that you need to do is you always need to go to content and fill out all your content without regard to colors or where you want the links to be or any of that kind of stuff. Fill out all of your content. That way, when you come over to any of these settings and you say you want to change that from, say, the default home page to something else, you'll actually have something else to change it to. If I hadn't have filled out all this content already, this obviously wouldn't be here. So that's why you want to fill your content out first, so you can actually make these adjustments. So that's the left button. The right button defaults to slide menu, and of course, whoop, it doesn't do it there, but you know what the slide menu does. We'll go to the preview, click Oh, let me reload the preview here. Is that going to even save? Did I save it? Yeah, I did. You click it and you see how the slide menu works. Same thing as the right button, the left button. So if you want to change it to something other than slide menu, you can do so. You can update the text, update the icon. Images. This is where your header image is. And what I'll do is I'll remove that image. So there's no image at all. Let's add an image. And you can also link this image to, again, any content that I've already created. So let me upload an image. Uh, what is this? Long leaf. And this is there. Let me click add. And there's the image. One thing I want to tell you about this image is upload something big. Don't upload something small, because what we'll do is we will take the image that you've uploaded, and then we will actually resample it, making it smaller to work with, say, a phone. So if you upload like a 2 meg image, it's not going to be 2 megs on your app. We are actually going to resample that down to just a few hundred K. But as long as it's a big graphic, and say somebody comes to your app on an iPad or a tablet, that big graphic will actually appear and look much nicer on a tablet. So don't think you have to come up with a really small graphic. Come up with a good sized graphic. Uh, you can of course show the image on. Again, you have the options: only the home page, only subpages, none. And once you get into some more advanced techniques, there will be reasons why you would want to show it maybe just on subpages. And I'll have some tutorials on that. You can link the images. You can add multiple images. Let's add another image. I don't know. We'll just add this image here. Add. So now you can see I have two images, and I've got image settings now. And as you just saw, it slid. So what you can do once you have multiple images is you can do the transitions. There's lots and lots of different transitions. So let's change it to fly and see what that does. That's pretty cool. You can set autoplay yes or no. If you say no, then you can actually turn it yourself. Uh, put autoplay. But say you want to move these images. Anytime you see these items here, that means you can move. So if I want that image to be first rather than the other one, then that's what we would do. But I'm going to move it back. Actually, I'm going to delete this. But what I wanted you to get out of this was that you can add multiple images, and you can add multiple images and link them to different pages. So let me remove that image. Let's go to the button bar. Let me explain these things. We know where the title bar is. Title bar is up here. We know what images are now, the header graphic, and we can add multiple images, that sort of thing, if that's what we want to do. So the button bar. What's the button bar? The button bar makes buttons. And you can see now the button I have here is the Google map of the longleaf trace. But we can add new links to the button area. So let's say we want to add join list. We'll just leave everything the same. Click add. And of course that's really long, so let me change the text here. There, and you can see it straighten that up. See, now we have two buttons. And you can add multiple buttons. Obviously, if you add a lot of buttons, then it's going to get really cramped in there. Maybe go to the, to the align break, that sort of thing. But you can add buttons to your button bar, and then you might ask, well, what's the tab bar? Well, a tab bar goes all the way across. So you have tab bar settings, and of course, again, you can show it on all the different, only on the home page, subpage, none, that sort of thing. You can show text or icons. Let's say text. As you can see, that changes. Icon only. So we'll do text and icon. Where do you want the icon? You want the icon on top? You see it's on top. I want it on the left. I want the icon moved to the left. Bottom. It's completely up to you however you want your app to actually look. Just remember that the button bar creates buttons, the tab bar goes all the way across. So let me show you real quick. Let's add a new link to the tab bar, and we'll just add I don't know, cycling. Add. You see it goes. There's not buttons. It just makes a tab that goes all the way across. Let me remove that. And this is the other cool feature that you have here is that again you see these. That means you can move things around. So say I want the button bar below the tab bar. Well, let's just drag and drop, and it moves things. Let's say I want the images at the the header image at the very bottom. Well, I can do that. What if I want the title bar below the button bar? You can do it that way. You can create this header however you want to, and that's why I said in the beginning that in settings, unless you really don't want to have any header whatsoever, I would always show the header. That way you can manipulate the buttons and graphics and things like that. All you have to do is play around with this. It's very powerful. You can do a lot of different things with this. So all you have to do is just play around with it and see what you can come up with. And that should do it for the tutorial for the header in general settings.